stick around, we're gonna scare the shit out of us. What are you saying, John?
Yeah, so basically they're gonna, she's gonna start at some section, they might keep her for another section. Like, if they think she's better, then she moves on to the next audition. So it could be up until 1, 2 o'clock, but I doubt it.
Alright, well, whatever it is, just keep me posted. I'm probably gonna end up Ubering a bunch tomorrow. And then that blonde Courtney broad has a birthday coming up, so we might end up going to the bars tomorrow at midnight, but obviously you guys will probably be home by then, unless you want to stick around. You can stay over if you want.
With the kids?
I mean, if you want, I guess, or just you. It's up to you. I don't know. We can figure it out. We can play it by ear if you want.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Barfburger is enjoyed by all.
It stopped me where
the thing is, I
backpack
drew
is.
Yeah,
the Barfburger because I drew all of Lonnie's drawings. So I drew.
It's kind of a
two
dead
cats
end
on a
after that,
motorcycle
though, right?
And
well, we gotta
the Captain Lego drawings and stuff like that. And that was
because there's no more other spots
Well, I mean, I've always one of the most comforting things in the world to me
that
is
are in
having
that
somebody,
floorboards.
like, brush my hair.
Well, we gotta figure out how to get into the lockers
So these are
and the locked doors.
around here. You will find some
In the
of
attic.
Sam's
Yeah.
Super Nintendo cartridge.
Yeah, but there's no other clues, and we
are
kind of went.
heavily
Did we go through almost everything?
One of the assets that I really
No.
liked creating in the
Every
game
room.
was board
We
games.
definitely
There's
missed some
3
stuff,
in
and
total
that's
of them throughout
the problem.
house. Ideally, there'd be more, but
Well,
we had to focus
That
on
sucks.
getting the walls built and things like that.
And there's
But I really like them. They're
think
just
let's see.
Around
There's
here,
definitely a lot more to
you
this
will
game
find some of
because
Sam's Super Nintendo cartridges that she left.
you haven't hit
behind.
any of the trophies.
Obviously, for
And there's
legal
23
reasons.
of those Sam
The life
journals,
cycle of the condom.
That's not.
and we only did like
The
what
life
6 or 7
cycle
of
of the
them.
condom.
All right.
By Carla Zamanja.
One of my favorite things that came out during development was someone wrote an email mistakenly referring to mittens, and Steve replied in the voice of Katie, saying, "It's just Mitten. She's only
Well,
one
what's
cat,
weird is I
Mom."
think we went through everything. Went through like every room.
So there's a lot less density in the house than there would be in a real house. Like,
But we
if you look
still
around
need to
your
find
house,
the
there's just junk piled
second
everywhere,
half of
probably.
that. Yeah.
Like,
Star hat.
Another board game. This one wasn't done by me though. This one was done by Carla. But I really like it because Ghost
You can
Freaks
only
are
look
part
at
of
the
game and are actually
how do you look at the other
non-deceased
part of
family
the
members of mine.
other part of the
When I was
map?
home at Christmas, I was digging through my family's
Press the
basement, sort of
touchpad and
getting
then
an idea of what
R1
a
and
basement
L1.
has in it, just sort of for set dressing purposes. And while I was down there, I found a big box.
Let's
that
go
my
back down to the
family
first floor. Let's see if there's something there
We
that
never really
missed.
discussed the idea of individually scoring each audio log ahead of time. I just got an email one day from Steve after they had done the first round of voice recording with Sarah Grayson, who did an amazing job as Sam. And he said he'd been thinking about the
Gotta be
idea of
something
giving
that we
each
missed.
log a piece of music to ground it in the proper tone. So I just started doing these short 20 to 60 seconds.
Hello, my name is Kate Craig, and I was creating a lot of the environment assets for the game. Not all of them, some of them I had help with, which I'll touch on a little later, but
yeah, the biggest purpose of the card was to say, oh, Sam is 17. You know, if you look for this thing, but there's so much. We need so much handwriting.
This Ouija note is weird. What does "to
Goodfellow
come
High
BA"
School
mean?
Jacket and
Back.
the logo
Like, I wanna
generally
come back.
is a reference to the logo for
Why wouldn't they
Nervous
finish it?
Den,
We ran out of space on the page.
the section of Rapture that DLC takes place in that we worked on together.
There's gotta
But
be peace.
we didn't want to make it look exactly like
Trying to figure out how to get
the
out of
owl
here.
logo from
Out of where?
that game. We wanted it to be, an homage or a reference.
Where the hell's
or
the
whatever.
stairs?
Yeah, so we decided that since this is a Pacific Northwest school and town and setting, that we would go for some
There it is.
native style representation. And let's see.
Well, actually, we were struggling with it for
And
a
the
little while
basement's
because
locked.
we wanted. At first, I was saying, just make it look like a very 90s looking school mascot logo illustration. That's just
Hi, I'm Chris Remo, the composer on Gone Home.
Hi, this is Corin Tucker from Heavens to Betsy. And Heavens to Betsy was a band that formed in 1991, actually. And I actually got the idea for joining a band when I moved to Olympia, Washington, and became a fan of the music scene there. And it seemed like everyone was in a band. So
here's one of Dad's pulpy JFK books. He's now moved on from primary sources to theories about how JFK was killed. However, this one purports to contain the truth. The publishing company is a doofy inside joke because, there's Harcourt Brace, the publisher that exists, and so I was trying to think of a good name for a publisher, and being a big nerd, I immediately thought of Harcourt Fenton Mudd and how he basically sounds like a publishing company, so...
You have to say who that is.
No! Alright, fine. He's an awful character from
Star Trek.
Original Star Trek, which is called Mudd's Women, and also there's another one whose name I...
The doors were actually one of the hardest things in the game to get working correctly, and I know that there's still some bugs existing with the doors, actually. But it's a surprisingly hard problem, which is why most video games just have doors that kind of slide away into nothingness or open in strange ways or don't, let you interact fully with door. In a house like in Gone Home, a realistic house, it's important that everything be as...
Here we have Fresh Magazine, which is
Everything we missed.
a synthesis and pastiche of Sassy Magazine, which if you haven't looked at it or if it wasn't, something that...
Inside of this file folder, you find the first combination.
I have the combination. I have the combination, John.
This code goes to Dad's.
Where are you?
Cabinet, and it's 0451.
Combination of what?
The library. Go back to Dad's.
Is
Go back to Dad's office. Go back to Dad's office.
Bit of a tradition /
The combination to the
file cabinet.
It's not
File
really an
cabinet?
in-joke, it's just
Yeah.
it's just
How'd
an
you
internal
fucking get
reference,
it?
amongst this
Commentary.
lineage of games that
What?
hark back to immersive.
Yeah, you have that
kind
bolt-
of
wait.
first-person
Bingo.
exploration games.
And,
It started with Ultima.
You have some other thing on it.
System Shock.
Go to the library.
And
What's-
451
Hey, what's those light
was
bulb
the,
things that you have on your
The
game?
first key code in System
That's
Shock.
the commentary.
And then it was also the first key code in
What did it
System
say?
Shock 2 and Deus Ex and
Are you watching-
BioShock and
It just
most
gives you the
recently
code.
Dishonored.
Why does it give you the code?
And,
I don't
yeah,
know.
I've personally worked on a
Yeah,
couple
'cause you,
of games.
you're not
that
supposed to have that on. You have,
you are. It's a
551
trophy,
as
kid.
The first code. in
You have a
them,
handicap.
and
It's not.
cheating prick.
we
Where else do you get the?
were really adherent
the commentary
to
from?
the
I have that
tenets
turned
of the
off. You
interactive
must have put
model
that
and
on.
the principles
Okay, but you
of
need it to
design
be turned on
behind those
because
games
you're
when
supposed
we
to
were
listen to all of them.
designing
trophy.
How Gone Home
You're not-
works, and so
Yeah, but you're not supposed to have it on in the
maintain that
beginning.
tradition,
Oh, it's also in the.
we
It's
also
also in
made
the
it
what's
the
it called?
first code in our game.
And you made it the tattoo
Where?
on your arm.
It's also in the
I also
file
got a
folder.
tattoo of 0451
Over on the shelf.
because it is sort of a symbol of this certain philosophy.
File
of
folder on the
game
shelf?
design that's important to me.
Yeah.
And yeah, this writing breaking canon is in
cheating.
Emily's handwriting.
What do you mean it's cheating?
Emily's
It's not cheating.
handwriting
It's
is
the
technically
code is
only
written right here on the
font
folder.
that exists outside the game. She doesn't actually.
I don't
do
even
the
see a
handwriting
folder.
of any of the characters.
Kid,
but,
are you in the library?
yeah, I had her write.
Yeah,
0451
in his
and
office,
had a
right?
Very distinctive
No,
handwriting,
go-
and I got
okay,
a
go-
tattoo
no,
of
that's-
it and figured
go into the
I would
library, the one with all the
use
books,
that source image,
across the hall from the library, like through
as
that
the
door.
image that you find on the inside of this folder.
Okay.
Okay, so now you're in all the books. You go around the little like room, and then you come up to this shelf, right? With it, and there's a folder. Do you see it? Open the folder.
0451.
Yeah, and look on the left. And you come to the file cabinet and you put 0451 and open.
One of
And
our
it
favorite
worked?
movies
Yeah.
is The Apartment, which was directed by Billy Wilder, and it starred Shirley MacLaine and Jack Lemmon.
So what did your little commentary thing say?
Well, it just explains why they picked that number. It doesn't say like how to do it. It just
Yeah,
says,
it's like
"Oh yeah, we picked this number because blah blah blah."
It's
It's like
super
tattooed
good,
on my arm and
and,
shit. I don't know.
There's this weird, like, kind of humorous vocal tick that some of the
Read document.
executives in the movie have, where they will.
Please
they will
find enclosed
refer
your
to
original
something
document
like,
and a typed copy
say,
of your
like,
records.
we're doing quite
Notarized
well
copy has been
dividends-wise,
filed
or
at our
something.
offices. Thank you for
And
entrusting
Charlene
our
Kane's
firm
character
this
is
important matter.
named,
Jeffrey
her last name is
Wise,
Kubelik,
Ernie
and
Adlaw.
one of the executives
Oh, it's
at
Oscar's
New
will.
Times says something like, "So how are you getting along, Kubelik wise?" So anyway, super deeply buried
All there is?
Easter egg reference in joke. We made the
Because I have no
the
understanding.
law
Debts to
firm
my name,
Kubelik
to any
and
creditor
Wise,
living or dead,
that
and I
prepared
bequeath
Oscar's
every
will. Just
item of
as
value of
a
which
good
I
nod,
may
a
die
little hardcore Fenton.
possess.
Point, Steve.
But yeah, The Apartment. You should watch it
It's damn worth. It's totally worth your time. It's a really good movie.
on Laserdisc.
Yeah.
Okay, so the father basically got everything that Oscar owned.
Yeah, but what's the reasoning why it's locked up?
Because it's a will. Okay. I'm wondering if that code will work upstairs in what's-her-face's room.
I never seen this.
What?
There was a letter in one of
Where?
the drawers I'd never seen.
Yeah, the will.
No, where the typewriter is. It
Oh,
was
you didn't see
underneath the...
What? What do you mean it's underneath?
You see that little thing where it says question mark?
In the drawer under the typewriter?
The left top
Oh,
drawer.
what? Oh, there's like a false bottom.
Yeah, and there's a letter in it. Terrence Greenbear, 1888 Dry Creek Road, Forest Grove. Dear Terrence, I write on what I hope and imagine is a joyous occasion. News reaches me that you are newly married to a wonderful young woman. I have more than a little time to consider my past, and my friend and my thoughts have often lingered on your development and welfare in the 10 years since we last met. Your marriage gives me much resurgence in this regard.
Reassurance.
You are always welcome on Arbor Hill. There's a rip. I will understand if you don't know what that says.
Yeah, we have to find the missing piece.
I don't remember that being there. That's weird.
Well, we didn't see it before because it was under a false bottom.
Yeah, but did that question mark ever pop up? 'Cause I don't remember that.
I don't think so.
So maybe because we unlocked all that other stuff got unlocked.
Probably. So does that mean we have
Which
to
is kinda
redo everything? We have to go through the entire house
We
again.
might. We might. Because I don't remember that.
Well, I want to... Well,
That-
maybe not. It's a 3-digit combination?
Not remember that being there. That's the problem.
Alright, where do you want to go next then?
There's possibly 2 keys that we need. Maybe even 1, I don't know. Because the attic is locked and the basement.
So these are all the VHS tapes, or most of them, in the house. And these in the TV room are from only they only
I don't
belong
like
to
the
Dad
weird
and
creaking
Sam,
sounds.
because Mom has some VHS tapes, but they're up in the bedroom. And you can tell Dad's because he writes in a big, heavy, all caps style handwriting, and Sam does not. So, contrary to popular opinion, the X-Files tapes are not Dad's; they're in fact Sam's.
So weird.
But stuff like JFK
Yes.
has an obvious dad interest, and some of the other stuff that we put in there was very much like, what is a dad movie?
Yeah.
You know, what is a if when we were growing up, for instance, like what is a movie that our dad or a neighbor's dad would have? So stuff like the Andromeda Strain or Moonraker, it's just sort of like, yeah, dads
love that shit.
Yeah, dads that were born in the 50s were super into that kind of stuff. And then some of it was, you know, stuff that we liked or remembered from when we were growing up. Like,
Where are you now?
you will know that Carlo was involved in making this game because
In that main area?
Beetlejuice and RoboCop are on a VHS tape.
Right near the entrance.
That's most of what you need to know about Carlo.
That's true.
Right there.
Find any new things that we missed before?
No.
Huh.
I had seen Bikini Kill and Bratmobile play their first show at the North Shore Surf Club in Olympia. That was Valentine's Day, 1991. And I was kind of blown away by the incredible rawness and the honesty that they wrote with, and the kind of flippancy that they had. I thought was really interesting. But you know, to have the opportunity to talk about all of these issues that are really important to young women, I thought was really special. And I thought that what they were doing was taking the kind of intense feminist ideas that had become popular in the 70s with, you know, SDSS, and now, I mean, those really, you know, incredible ideas and the ideology of feminism, but they were putting it into a language for today, you know, for the 90s,
John?
I guess. I mean, that was 20 years ago, but it was for
Where are
young
you?
people, and it was to relate to topics about sexuality, about sex, about sexual abuse,
What's the
about
matter?
sexism and harassment.
What's the matter?
All these things that are really important for young women.
A light
Hello?
just went out.
Coming of
A light
age
just went
and
out.
becoming sexual beings that are really taboo to talk about.
And
Where?
I didn't, in that
Hello?
in the secret passage.
Upstairs?
No, the one that goes between the bedroom and the library. when I picked up the cross. And then I threw it on the ground and now I can't find it. Oh shit. So when you get the
shit, did it to me. Just did it to me too.
Don't drop the cross. It disappears and I can't
what?
get it.
Yeah, but I can't read it. That's the problem.
Yeah, you have to examine it. Take it into the light. Oh, I found it.
It's too dark.
Go into the library. It says...
You can't... Can you bring it with you?
It says, for
Oh,
God
okay.
so his only son, love world, he gave. What? Loved the world he gave his only son for God. What? Why did that light shut off?
No, the light blew up. Popped.
Yeah, but don't you remember what happened before? The wiring? Unexpected lights shutting off? Remember the electrician? I'm gonna leave this on the bed. I'm gonna take the Ouija board and put it on the bed too. Those can stay on the bed. Alright, well that obviously did something. So I have to figure out what the hell it did. I'm wondering if it unlocked something else. Question is what though?
Mom and Dad are much more actively religious. You know, there's a Bible in the foyer, and there's a Bible in Dad's.
One of the assets that I really liked creating in the game was this board games. So there's 3 in total of them throughout the house. Ideally, there'd be more, but we had to focus on the getting the walls built and things like that. But I really like them. They're just a simple extruded cube. There's something about environment design that's really fun. There's a really goofy aspect of it where you have to create fake
There's a
names, you have to
reason.
create fake toys.
There's got to be a reason why
Maybe
every
my
VCR
favorite
is missing.
in the game Costume Quest, when you're going through the shopping mall, there's a store called Why Not Flip Flops, which always makes me really happy. But this one is a parody of Dream Phone, which is a awful game that came out in the early 90s, where you sit around a table with your girlfriends and you pick up this plastic pink phone and call these sexy boys, and you see which one likes you. It doesn't really suit Sam's personality exactly. But I figure maybe it was given to her by a well-intentioned relative who doesn't quite have her personality down. And maybe she played it once on a lark and then put it in the closet, and that's where it stays.
I was one of the hosts of the Idle Thumbs video game podcast for a year or two, and I go on there, and every once in a while those guys are my friends. And I didn't want to put Idle Thumbs references all over the game, but I did want to have Idle Thumbs references in the game, so we localized them entirely to this one piece of paper. So almost everything on here is an Idle Thumbs reference, and specifically to a weird exchange that we had about Will Wright's GDC talk in 2008, where he didn't want everybody to show up and crowd the place, so he gave his speaker name as Phaedrus, and then did a talk about a bunch of crazy stuff, including the idea of rocket mail, which was going to
That's
be
the creepy
like,
part.
done
This
by
shit.
it was
This
pitched
good
by
as
the
something
US
walking
Postal Service
around.
in the 50s and stuff.
Not me. I'm
So-
standing still and the
And
boards are
then
creaking.
the thing on the podcast.
That's what I was
about
saying
how
earlier.
Phaedrus had a little brother, and so anyway, whatever. The brother, of course, it's a Phaedrus, and you can't hardly
This Oscar
see the
dude's in
icon
his
the
house.
back 'cause it's obscured. But
Stop
there's this
saying that,
50s
John.
Rocket icon in the back. That's
He
like
is.
the
It's gotta be.
logo of,
Probably the whole
Cirrus
family's in here, dead.
Motors. And then also it's
Shut
a
up until we
Ghost.
figure out what the hell's
the
going on.
reference that Will Wright was making, and that is a secondary reference here because it's a motorcycle thing, is that in Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, the book, the author is having kind of an ongoing exchange with this character of from Greek history called Phaedrus and motorcycle.
Arrow 4 what?
5-1.
really enjoyed playing Gone Home. I have to say it was pretty exciting to find the Heavens to Betsy tape, because that was really, those songs
Doesn't
really
work.
did come out on a cassette tape at
Are you in the
time,
girls' room?
and that really was how people discovered the music was.
Okay, the Wildfire book. Oh, man, look at this thing. Yeah, this was another one of those situations in which I totally felt like a weird creepo when I was doing research, and there was a lot of really horrifying romance novel covers. This poor guy was on somebody's Flickr account that was allowed, that was a Creative Commons attribution licensed, and I think he was playing volleyball or something. I don't know.
So you just put suspenders
Yes.
on him and put an axe in his hand, and now he's a fireman.
Yes, I did.
It's the
I
best.
did it, and I will cop to it, and I do it again. Also, as I recall, because I'm a noob, I initially picked total bondage suspenders.
That's true. So you had started working on it, and I went upstairs, and then I came back down.
And like Yana and I were like, we're all like, what should we do for this?
And
thing?
I was like,
yeah.
those are fucking leather daddy suspenders. What are you doing?
And what I should have said is, damn it, he noticed.
What are we missing?
So here's one of Dad's pulpy JFK books. He's now moved on from primary sources to theories about how JFK was killed. However, this one purports to contain the truth. Yeah, the publishing company is a doofy inside joke because, there's Harcourt Brace, the publisher that
Where are you right
exists,
now?
and so I was trying to think of a good name for a publisher.
Listen to the CD.
Being a big nerd, I immediately
Listening
thought
to
of
what?
Harcourt Fenton Mudd, and
CD.
In the living room?
he basically sounds like a publishing company. So
You have to say
Shut
who
off.
that is.
no, all right, fine. He's an awful character from
Star Trek.
original Star Trek, which is called Mudd's Women, and also there's another one.
That
whose
lesbo
name
rock
I
music.
I can't remember for some reason.
I'm Mudd.
Ah, fuck. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
It's a Star Trek reference. You did
Yes.
it, Carla.
What?
People are weird in the commentaries.
We never really discussed the idea of individually scoring each audio log ahead of time. I just got an email one day from Steve after they had done the first round of voice recording with Sarah Grayson, who did an amazing job as Sam, and he said he'd been thinking about the idea of giving each log a piece of music to ground it in the proper tone. So I just started doing these short 20 to 60 second pieces, and that ended up being the bulk of the work for the game. It was a very iterative process. I did them in the order they were recorded, and I would just keep sending revisions of each log to Steve, taking a piece and sending it back. Especially at the beginning, the feedback was almost always pull it back more. I've never done music this subdued before. Even more so than most game music, it primarily exists to quietly suggest a mood and tone to the player. Sarah's voice is always the main audio content. The game soundtrack I worked on previous to this was Blendo Games' 30 Flights of Loving, which consists of some really huge, bombastic, brassy pieces. So switching gears to Gone Home and constantly hearing pull it back, less melody, was surprisingly challenging at first. But over time, I think Steve and I developed a pretty good rapport. For the most part, the diaries required fewer revisions each time. And it's always a good reminder in a collaborative endeavor that your contribution only exists to make the whole work better,
On a collar.
not to be seen or heard
Where?
unto itself.
Cat collar.
Where?
It says Mitten, 1888 Dry Creek Road.
Yeah, where?
Inside her closet.
Whose?
The broad, the little girl.
That collar, what? I have no collar.
It's a cat collar in there.
Oh. What the fuck? We need the other combination. We need the other part of the combination.
Plaque.
Where?
It says her name, Samantha. S is for special, A is for adorable, M is for merry, A is for affectionate, N is for nice, T is for thoughtful, H is for honest, A is for admirable.
Okay. That doesn't help us get a combination, though.
Yeah, but I don't remember seeing that.
If you're a girl, where do you keep combinations? Journals. Posters.
And why does every room have a three-ring binder that you can't do anything?
I don't know.
Kind of stupid too, don't you think?
Why is this door broken? Oh, it's a sticker. What? What? Tom, look it up.
It's cheating.
Gonna be here all night.
Point of the game, I guess.
We gotta go look at all the other folders, I think. Aha! I found a loose panel.
Where?
Go back down to the front foyer, head towards Dad's office, and then right before you get to that first closet on the left, turn to the right, and right by that light switch in the hallway, there's going to be some things. Like the other half of the combination to Sam's locker. And
Did you look it up?
chapter thing says private, do not read. We're gonna read it. Oh no, we're not.
Okay, so where is it again?
This is
Where are you at?
find the first half of Sam's locker.
Downstairs,
or
where the
second
steps
half
are.
of Sam's
Okay,
locker
turn to the left.
As far as, what the
Go
piece
through
of
that door.
paper is. But,
Immediately turn to the right,
at
and there's going to be a loose
first, there
panel.
were the locker combination sheet was torn into 3 pieces. So you had 1 digit.
How the hell did you find that?
On each of
I looked
them,
at the map.
and it was actually right before
See where the
Private,
X is?
do not read.
our IGF.
You look at the
bill
map,
It's on the
right?
map?
Judges.
Yeah, between
It was
Dad's
the night
office and the
before.
foyer. There's an
And
X. We missed
Carla
that bit.
came down to the basement and she was like, at 3 o'clock in the morning last night.
Did
I
we
woke
get
up
the
in
other
bed
X?
just being like, oh, we can't
Yeah,
get
we got
three
Dad's
pieces.
office.
That's way
Yeah,
too
that's
gamey.
the library.
Oh, that's bad. We have to fix that. And
I forgot about that.
and you were absolutely right. And you've had a couple of those being woken up by us making a bad decision kind of moments. Over the course of
1992.
development, and they were always
Private, do not read.
important changes that needed to be made.
Yeah, I'm gonna go open up that locker. You can sit and read that if you want, but I'm gonna open up that locker. $0.50 1. So we're looking at 0.51. What? 0.501. Bingo.
0501.
Yeah. Pack of cigarettes. Sam has some lesbian porn featuring Shannon Doherty.
Lonnie, 1994. A key.
Hey. Basement key.
Lonnie came over today. But
Oh no, now it's
everything
getting
was
creepy.
different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me.
This broad's into redhead.
Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no. There was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
That was the basement key? The fuck was that about?
I don't know, keep listening.
Yeah, I ended up being pretty happy with this. This is the only.
Alright, so we
version
got the
I've had for a
basement
really
key.
long time,
You ready to do this?
And I was really
Let's do it
delighted
together.
to actually
Oh,
end with something
great.
that we liked, since this kind of thing is really hard, especially when it is.
Because we're going in the
such a
basement.
major character.
Basement's downstairs, right?
The other thing is,
Yeah.
Lonnie has a cross necklace. She also has some Catholicism in her family.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I don't think that particular detail has been called out by anybody. People notice like the Bibles,
The
and,
door to the
and
right,
whatnot.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I intended for
Ready?
No.
Lonnie.
You open it
Not.
yet?
Like I thought it would be interesting if she
It's
came
not?
from a more
No, it's the door to the
conservative family than Sam's, in that she actually wears a cross necklace and carries some Catholicism with her, and her dad was
Shit,
a
I saw
army
something.
guy, and
Just kidding, I didn't.
her background is even in some ways
it's near
maybe
the
kind
office.
of more stifling than
Yeah, it's at
Sam's,
the end of
and
that
that's
hallway near
probably
the office.
why she's more like open.
So let me know when you get there.
One of the best
I'm not
bits of
opening it up till you
advice
get there.
was actually from the Fulbright team before going in to do the first recording. And it was a suggestion that I should watch some episodes of My So-Called Life, which was
Did you
great
get there
because
yet?
I'd watched them all when when they were actually on. It was one of those favorite shows my sister
No.
and I would sit down and watch every week.
Okay, I'm here.
And so going
Okay,
back and
ready?
watching them was
Open the door
Ready?
at the same time. Ready? 1,
chore to have
2,
to do. So
3.
I basically went through all of the episodes I could find
Oh, crap.
online in a couple of days.
There's no
This
light
was
switch.
kind of a
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
binge watch of My
There's a
So-Called
light
Life, but
switch.
It was great because I think
Full strength.
watching
There's
My
no
So-Called
pull
Life is a
string.
nice reminder
Oh, you mean like
of
you have to go
what
through the door?
Down the
a more
steps.
natural
Or down steps.
I
presentation
can't
of a
see
teenager
anything. Oh,
is.
there it is.
So it was really.
Oh.
I don't know that it would have gone
Whew.
as well had I not done that.
Alright, you go down the other steps.
Wait, hold on. Okay. Going down the steps some more. John, why are there no lights?
There's another pull string.
Yeah, but that's it.
There's two of them. Go all the way down.
I got the first one. Where's the second
There's
one?
one behind the shit.
Oh, there it is. But how do you
Another
get it?
room where the boiler is. Turning all the lights on first. Turn on lamp. There's a lamp lit. Damn, there's mad rooms in here.
Yeah, but
Shit, there's a creaked room. Oh my god, this is creepy. I'm turning on every light before I do anything.
yeah, I'm trying to
Jesus
find.
Christ. There's so many fucking rooms. Dude, oh my god, it's creaking down here. I just heard something.
No, you didn't.
A voice. I just heard a voice. I'm out of here.
No, you didn't, John. Don't you leave me. I'm trying to
We have a
can't
bag
get
of
out.
chips.
It won't let me out.
Won't let you out. What do you mean it won't let you out?
It locked me in.
Don't say that.
Oh, okay, cool. I
Door
got
stayed
that.
open.
All right, let's just
All
go
right,
through this.
so-
Let's just go through this door room by room.
I went all the way to the left. There's a bag of chips on the floor.
There's a- there's a-
Three-ring binder.
Caitlin plaque.
Three-ring binder. And there's a note. Soda can. Chuck it. Read note.
There's. Wait, are you in that first room?
Yeah. There's a little table with a three-ring binder. Bag of chips. I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoyed the flavorful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long, but it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Very cordially yours, your friend and confidant, Lonnie D. Okay? Dear Miss DeSoto, allow me to take the opportunity to thank you in kind for being such a gracious host of the festivities at our father's estate. Following the aforementioned meal with my parents, your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. One especially appreciated the time I spent with your grandmother, who is a lovely woman, sterling taste, and a refined ear. Let's do it again sometime next year, shall
Yeah, I
we?
bet she wants to do it again.
Indeed. Madame Samantha Greenbrier. Who is this?
That's Samantha.
Esquire.
Because they're being stupid.
Oh my god, why be stupid when we're trying to figure out what the hell we're doing? Okay, boxes.
Oh, there's a heart with their initials,
It's
and
different.
it triggers an audio.
I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around, well, you know. So you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I
Okay.
don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.
That was not weird at all.
Alright, moving on.
Come back behind. Go to the second light. Wait, hold on. We should
What
look
was that?
back of the plaque. What was what? It's another sex ed assignment. Her first one was junk.
First place ribbon. Oh man, one of my old sex ed assignments. It's the same one?
No, it's a different one. You gotta check plus on this one.
An ovum to develop. While the ovum is developing, the lining of the uterus. Okay. A plaque. Caitlin, K is for kind.
Do you need to read this? You sure? Okay, I'll put it away. You should have read the first one she wrote.
This
Okay,
is
you're right.
Katie's boxes.
Are you ready to move on?
Yep, next room.
Composing the ambient exploration tracks definitely ended up being the weirdest part of creating music for Gone Home.
Boiler.
The audio diaries tended to take precedence.
One of the larger assets that we needed for the basement to really give it character and personality was a furnace. And when we were initially thinking of the furnace, Steve had mentioned to me the furnace from Home Alone, which if you grew up in the 90s like I did, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I did a lot of research and looked up stuff that could kind of evoke a similar feeling, and we finally settled upon octopus furnaces, which are like
There's a lamp.
thematically and time-wise very appropriate. They're these giant
Reed
multi-purpose
College.
trusses with all these
Samantha.
arms covered in asbestos.
Dear Samantha,
really perfect, so we ended
congratulations.
up
I am
buying one of
pleased to
those,
inform you
put it in
of
the
your
corner,
admission
and
to
it
the
turned out
creative
okay.
writing track of the Reed College Summer Program for Young Scholars for its 1995 session. We believe you have much to contribute to the Reed College community based on your portfolio and academic run. Please to offer your financial aid to cover 75% of the summer program tuition. Okay.
Oh,
Opens up
so
another
stupid
journal.
sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm room. But she said, Sam, I ship out on June 6th. I was like, ship out? To where?
Military.
She
Army.
said, to basic training. What did you think I was doing all that ROTC stuff for? I guess she's been planning to join the Army right after high school since she was like 12. And I guess she's really going to do it. So I was like, after graduation, I'm just never going to see you again? She said, let's just have fun while we can.
Wow, bitch, totally.
Grandkids.
Wow. Open the trunk. She's gonna buy a necklace. 14 karat gold pendant, 2 halves, customizable with up to 10 letters, name, states, initials, anything you can dream up. Gift box. Imported. Well, that's not creepy. Richard Greenbrier, PhD.
His head ripped out.
Face. Ooh, a book. Oh, it's grandfather's book. Richard Greenbrier is the grandfather.
There's a door creaked open over here.
Huh?
Oh man, this thing.
So 2 things. One, Mom's Canadian.
Yay!
2, Mom
Going
didn't
into a
start out
bathroom?
Canadian. The reason that Mom is Canadian is because Kate Craig and Emily Carroll are Canadian, and
A big
early
ass fucking
on
house.
in the development of the game, Emily did Mom's handwriting. So there's this little scrap of paper that's hidden under this bedside
Another button,
table,
X-ray specs.
and you start to read it, and then Katie makes you
Read the
stop
letter.
reading it.
Yolanda De Soto.
And it was this thing
Molly
where
Hector and Bree.
it's
Mrs. Samantha
it's an
Green
exception to the interactive expectations that you have. Like it's one
From our
place,
army base,
I guess
maybe, I
the
think.
one place
Mexico?
where we really impinge
I mean,
on
I
your
guess.
ability
Yolanda De
as
Soto might be
player
a
to
relative
do what
of
you
Wani.
want.
Oh,
And
no, Wani is her.
Katie intervenes,
Maybe
basically.
it's a
and
cousin
it
or
was,
Sam.
It was something that I thought was an interesting little
Dear Sam,
one-off
I'm so happy you
way
liked the
of
drawing.
emphasizing
I was
the
thinking
difference
it was when I drew it.
between
you'd be able to
the
tell.
player
Love Mexico,
and
I think
the
probably
character that
native
they're playing as. And to
nature
you as a
here
player,
is totally different
the note's
than
just a
back
note,
home.
but a
I
reminder
keep
that
thinking
like
about
Sam
Allegra
is Katie's sister, and Katie wouldn't want to read this thing, and she's not
and the
going to
first
keep
mate
doing it,
lost
even
on
if you want her to.
mystery. I don't know what that's. Mysterious island, where even the plants are out to get them. And then I think of them together out there in the wilderness together, and I start thinking of you again. I lie here in bed, and I almost feel you, trying to save it up for when we're together again. I haven't done a good job, okay, but I
Dude, she
tried.
spanked the monkey while she was thinking about this girl.
Or she cheated.
Or she was spanking the monkey.
Enough about that. Your last letter got to be the day before we start driving back north. We'll be racing this letter home. If I get home first, we can read it together. And yes, I'm taking tons of photos. We'll have to spend so much time in the dock room.
It came from her
Lonnie.
parents. That's where it came from. It came from her parents' house. Parents are the Hector and Marie DeSoto.
Hello? Then a
You know,
scrap.
there was kind of this
Girl Scout,
intellectual
the band formerly known
cross-cultural,
as
pen pal
Cub
thing
Scout
that
set
happened before the
list.
internet. You know, we
Role
used to write
model,
letters back
authority,
and forth
main
to each other
squeeze,
about our
telling
ideas and
stories.
Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for like a week now. And I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really amazing. I feel so proud when she's on stage. It's
She bought that
incredible
thing.
being in awe of someone
That
you
jewelry.
love. So
Yeah, but
everybody knows it's
she
like
also...
a temporary situation till she ships out in June. But till then, I'm gonna be at every single show.
Insert tape.
John, there's a door. In that room.
I mean, there's a door.
Yo, this music sucks. Okay, first of all, you got on the wall above the tape, bells. One of them is missing.
Say that again?
So right
Shut
above where
this
you found
music
that
off.
tape,
Yeah.
there's like bells on the wall.
There's one missing.
Yeah, there's one missing. You
Click
gotta find
bell.
it. Yeah. Did you listened to the set list, right? The journal entry?
Yeah.
Okay, now that you see that door, go open that light.
I did. And there's a combination
Yeah, in the safe.
box. There's a floor plan.
Of the first floor, but we have that.
There's nothing different. What about the greenhouse? Laundry
wait.
room?
We don't have, what we don't have is the other half, though. We don't have the kitchen, the pantry, the washroom, the laundry, the greenhouse, or the dining room. So that's what's on the other, side of the, what's it called? Of the
What
foyer.
about this combination?
Yeah, we're gonna have to find the combination.
Ooh, there's a door in here. Dark room.
Yeah, you go open that door and tell me what you see.
Oh shit. The light doesn't work.
There's a light switch.
It don't work. There's wood pile.
We're walking past light. Right there.
Like,
Look at that. You missed it.
just a wood pile.
Higher.
What? Light's
Yo.
busted.
Yo, it's creaking.
Right there.
What's creaking?
Oh, it doesn't work.
shut the door in the pitch dark.
Okay, so there's nothing there. It's just a wood pile. Terry, age 12.
What's the doorbell that's missing? The library. Did we ever see a doorbell there?
Ooh, hold on. It's like a drug. There's another letter under the behind the trash can in that room. First time. No, I want to read it. It won't let me read it. Good thing I have it on video.
It's like a drug. The first time was in my room in the middle of the night. I woke. What?
I woke up. Lonnie
Shut
was
off!
kissing me. The clock said 3:13. Her face was something in its something red light.
All right, I'm getting nervous. I gotta take it.
Then I could
poop
only
when I'm
feel
nervous.
her. It
I'll
was
be back.
different than any time I'd done it myself.
Are you really going back?
My need was
I'll be back.
something I felt. Disoriented, distorted, something. Transported bodily, like being caught in a... What the fuck? Having no control. Broke something. I didn't want anything but something like a drug. Sleepovers are good, but there have been close calls. The basement is good, but cold and smells. My car is good, but something. Someday I want to be back. Or what? Can't even fucking... Why would it do that? Obviously something sexual happened. Obviously. Read it, bitch! Who the fuck do you think you are? I control you. What? Obviously note about some sexual encounters. You ready
What
to move
happened?
on? Yeah, but we're not gonna find that here. We have to keep moving forward to find the combination. Ooh, I found a folder and a 3-ring binder.
Where are you?
Go straight out of that room. It's Mom's birth certificate. Citizenship stuff. Okay, now we're in the next room. Grabbing the
Oh,
postcard.
I just got a post. I just did that.
What?
Postcard.
Oh.
The one about Oregon.
Yeah.
They tell you to stick with
Sam's
the
journal.
group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Lonnie and I snuck off on the side paths at Multnomah Falls and got a little lost. Okay, a lot lost. Like, for hours.
Newspapers are weird.
Right before the bus left, we found a trail and came running down the path, soaked
Mason's
and covered
Pharmacy.
in mud, shouting for the bus not to leave.
January to June.
The school called home. Mom and Dad said, "You didn't get into trouble like this before you met that Lonnie girl." But I don't think they know about us. The kids at school, though, I'm really afraid that's a
A
whole
lot of
other
newspapers.
story. Stick with the group, Katie. Stick with the group.
Sounds like this girl's got some reservations.
Put back his.
There was a little bit of concern on my part before any of this got started that you never know how much liberty you're going to be given and how much
Alright, ready? Move forward,
over
John?
direction you're going to get.
Examine
Somebody hears
newspaper
it like
clipping.
a specific way, and if you deviate from that at all, you're just going to keep doing the line
Mason's
over and
Pharmacy
over again,
changes
50
hands.
times until it's right. So I really wasn't sure what to expect, but even on the first day getting in there and
What about this
being able to
room
go
that's
through a few
partially
of the
blocked
lines and just
What
give them
room?
what came to mind,
by this?
and seeing how closely I think everyone was on.
Oh yeah, that one. We
page
gotta go
about
in there
it.
now.
So the direction was always really positive,
hell's
and it
up
was always
here?
kind of
Up
coming
where?
from either additional information that changed the context of what I was reading, or
Oh,
Come back up.
a certain change in the phrasing
fuck
or
is
the way
this?
something is being,
There's a room
you
partially
know, a pause
blocked by
here, or maybe
the.
move it to here, or instead of
like
emphasizing this
bookcase.
word, try this one instead.
It goes up these
So you end up with a
steps.
lot of different takes that really
yeah, it's creepy up here,
give it a
John.
very different feeling depending on which one you go for.
What the fuck is this? Scammer. Bratmobile, a review.
Costume skeletons, devils, cheerleaders from the Smells Like Teen Spirit video. One girl dressed as Jackie Kennedy. Psycho House Girl. Coolest stuff about being the Psycho House Girl. Cool thing number one, everybody in the hall thinking you don't know they're looking at you and whispering as you walk past because I guess they haven't heard of Peripheral. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation, but it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome, and everybody was moving together like one huge tiger of sound. So that's definitely not good.
Who has this many rooms in their house?
The music for Gone Home was mainly composed over two
Clearly these
separate
people
periods,
do.
roughly a year apart. A version of Part 1
Comic
of the
book.
game had to be ready by October 2012 for submission to the 2013 Independent Games Festival, so I did all the Part 1 audio logs primarily that September. The following summer, I did another round of logs for the second half of the
Oh.
game, as well as some Part 1
Cassette.
revisions in the
Having
ambient
to Betsy
exploration
cassette.
tracks. One really nice side
Comic
effect
book,
of the long gap
Women
between
Outlaws.
composition sessions, as well as the structure of writing music that is very literally accompanying a story, was that I ended up hitting on pretty different
Another
ideas
button.
and approaches over time as I got further along in Sam's story. The original sketches I did had mainly
More
electric
music.
piano sounds, which are warmer and more naturalistic than synthesizers and other electronics instruments. As Sam and Lonnie's story developed more, though, I started to bring in acoustic guitar as well. It seemed like an appropriate way for the music to build up some more
Fanzines. I mean, that's one of the things that we started doing right away, was doing these Riot Girl fanzines, and everyone would contribute and write, an article for it, and then we'd compile it and make these Riot Girl fanzines, and we would mail them out to people. I mean, all this is so funny to talk about it before the internet, but we used the mail, and people would write. We had a P.O. box, and we started getting letters because people would read in someone else's fanzine. There's this Riot Girl thing that started happening, right? And
Did she get kicked out?
it just, it was the most incredible thing. It just
Did
snowballed.
she get kicked out of the
It just-
military
people
because
just-
of
girls
she was
wanted
gay?
to be a part of it.
For her school? No,
Immediately
school.
across the country, right? So for the time
I appreciate
we
the
started
time and
Happens to
effort you
Betsy
put
in
into writing your
1991,
letter. It showed
I think
initiative
it was
and
only
all right.
a year later.
I understand that
Right,
Mrs.
so 1
DeSoto
year
is a
of
friend of
Riot Girl
yours. The fact
meetings
of the
and these
matter
letters
is that
happening,
she
these fanzines happening.
defaced school
Well, a year
property
later,
with
we left
profanity. The fact that she allegedly
on the Riot Girl
defaced her
tour,
own
the
locker
Spencer
is
Riot Girl
retaliation
tour,
for another student
from
doing
Olympia
the same to yours
to
is
DC.
immaterial.
I
As
don't
to your
get
complaint
Lonnie
that no
sometimes.
other student has been punished
Like
for the
her
not
band. and our
instant. The
zine
fact
and her
is that no
hair
guilty
and
party has come
everything are
forward,
all
and they have been no
anti-authority.
convincing evidence
But I
as
watch her
to
in
why she changed
JROTC,
Star Walker.
and
In
she's
other
doing
words, there is
drills
no one
in
to punish.
perfect formation.
I would suggest letting this
Following
issue drop,
orders,
as it
no
will only
question.
bring more unwanted
And
attention
there's
on
all this
yourself,
stuff in the news about don't
which
ask,
I
don't
believe
tell.
is what you claim
Like, she's going to join the
in this
army
whole
and then
incident in the
have
first
to
place.
lie
Weird.
about who she is. She said they don't need to know what they don't need
Why
to
is
know.
there so many chip
Like, it was
bags
no big
around?
deal. This from the girl
Pizza
who
box.
trashed her locker to, like,
Label.
defend my honor.
What does
I've
this
learned
say?
when to stop arguing, though. I
Girl
don't think
justice
Lonnie even
now?
gets Lonnie sometimes.
Just put the letter down. It triggers another audio.
Yeah, I did.
And go open that panel.
What panel?
The back of that. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close to the other door that was locked.
This one's Gio Grossman, heard enough. Kicking against.
Ha!
Open panel.
Foyer's unlocked. It's creaking.
Unlocked from the inside. Hey, we got to the spot now.
So earlier in
All of the sliding doors that you see in the game are actually, from a code perspective, drawers.
Offer of promotion.
When I made a thing that could
Bruce
slide
Pendleton,
along
head of
a
head
track
com-
like that
Green Bad
um,
due to the
for
Subcribe
the purpose
management
of
of
making
the
drawers.
Flynn.
Steve took it
so
and,
get a
as designers are wont to do,
export.
used it for his own purposes and
Spanish book.
came up with sliding doors in our game.
Salmon magazine. Close panel. Ooh. There's a examine stub. Earth, Wind, and Fire. February 23rd, 1995.
This note's weird.
Sam, the skull was the coolest thing I found in Mexico, and it was like $3. I love it. Merry Christmas. Miss you. Treasure it always.
Mom got a promotion.
Yeah, that's I haven't seen that.
Ooh, did you get
Katie,
the next
you know
journal
how
thing?
Mom and Dad
the,
are.
the nunnery?
Not exactly super
The
open-minded
nunnery.
about things.
The what?
It feels like every minute I don't spend with Lonnie,
The
Oh, I
nunnery.
agree.
I'm worrying about them finding out about us.
The
What would
nunnery.
happen if they did?
Okay,
Hey,
but it's
Lonnie,
a,
sorry.
You know Dad's joke about the nunnery that he'd tell whenever you brought boys around the old house?
Hey, Lonnie, sorry my mom has such was such a bitch last night. She hardly ever around since her force is like an hour away, and then she is home. She
Ooh,
takes
under the
it out
couch.
on you. Not a member of the family. She knows you won't call her on it, and I'm sorry. Ha ha ha. It's okay. I know she's just jealous of our cool
Damn.
and free-willing lifestyles. I feel
Bitch spent
sorry for you.
$120 at the fucking salon.
I'm lucky my mom lives in Florida. You have to have a mom every day. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up the mom thing like that. I know I shouldn't complain. No, I'm being serious. My mom is a psycho Christian, and her new husband, Don, is a complete tool. Living in Florida with him is her eternal punishment in my mind. So you wouldn't rather live with your mom in Florida? No. Salon. Josephine. Alright. So many fucking rooms.
Creaking again. Where are we going?
In this dining room I'm in. Grabs mom's purse. The salmon pamphlet. Manual for forestry research. Take care of our forest. Let the fucking round. Read note. Hi Jan, I got 2 tickets for the Earth, Wind, and Fire on Thursday, but my girlfriend says she doesn't want to, so her taste in music rears its ugly head again. So that leaves me with an extra ticket that I'm.
Ranger Rick. He wants her poon.
Maybe.
Wants her puts. One of those easing things. Oh, what do we got in the folder? Sam, since you refused to hear us out this afternoon, your mother and I are putting this in writing so that we're absolutely clear. Grounded for the rest of the month from social and telephone privileges and from using your car for anything except going to and from school. We understand what you are going through, but we can't allow you to continue with this kind of behavior at school. And certainly once your privileges are reinstated, we can't allow you to have your bedroom door closed while Lonnie is at the house. This is the last word on the matter. Get back on course so this won't happen again. Alright, so that she obviously got caught boning her girl.
How can they bone?
They can scissor.
A disciplinary referral. Distributing inappropriate materials on school grounds. Phone call to student parents. Out of school suspension.
And it triggers another audio.
Interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight. One you were never gonna need to have. I mean, you've known, right? I've known. I've known since, like, She-Ra. Mom and Dad didn't, I guess. But they saw the zine and the stuff on the locker, and they were like, is there something we should know about you and Lonnie? And so here's the thing. I was prepared for them to be mad, or disappointed, or start crying, or something. But they were just in denial. You're too young to know what you want. You and Lonnie are just good friends. You just haven't met the right boy. It's a phase. That's what I didn't see coming. That they wouldn't even respect me enough to believe me. Well, joke's on them, because they're in for one very long phase.
Yeah, so parents found out, and obviously there's been some issues there.
Another letter. First off, congratulations,
writing
Janice
sa-
Green Bear, Regional Director.
You know, it's really
I
about
say
the
congratulations
ideals
on going
that
to the,
we were
the
trying
job,
to
right? What are you writing
get
for?
across in our music. You know, I think
And
that
great invitation, call them back.
the move to equality for women and for everyone in the U.S. is
But in the meantime, let's discuss
is
this
something that
little
we all need to
outing
be
you
aware
had
of,
with our favorite
right? And
flannel
we
clad
used
hunk.
Riot
What a
Girl, and
blast.
we
But you
used
sound like you're
music
reading
as the tool for that.
a lot
you know?
into the innocent
And that-
night
but it's
out.
really, to
For
me,
sure,
it's
there's
about,
something there. You said he has an out-of-town
It's about
girlfriend.
equality for
So
everyone.
you're
that
sure
I
they're
think
not
is
serious?
the key,
Okay.
and that's why young
You
people
have to figure out
really feel
person
passionate.
enough with
and
the
that
letters.
They listen to the music and they hear that that
Congratulatory.
passion, and that's what they connect with.
Margarita.
Greenhouse.
fuck? So many rooms in this place.
So moving forward.
Yeah, like a kitchen area. Everything's ransacked. This kitchen.
What the fuck?
This place is ransacked.
What?
What did you just... What was that about?
Another note.
Read letter. Congratulations on your new position. Grab 3-ring bind.
Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it.
Why is there so many 3-ring
But he
binders
brought
around?
this story with him that
that
I
are
wrote when
empty?
we were little.
Oh.
I started reading it.
Anniversary
and then
trip.
there I was, crying at the kitchen table. He asked what was wrong, and I was
Note on the
thinking
table.
about how we used to be
Another
friends.
journal.
how
Katie
much I'd
comes
taken
home
for
this
granted.
month.
But instead, I
We'll
told him
call it an
about
exact
school,
date.
and Dad, and Lonnie. And then how sorry I was that I wasn't his friend anymore. He gave me a hug and said it was going to be okay.
Samantha and...
And for some reason,
Ooh.
I almost believed him.
Samantha and somebody were in the woods one
Daniel.
day. It was Sunny, and who the hell wrote this? It was Sunny, and they were on an adventure, but they went to the bad part of the woods, and it got dark. Daniel said, "We are scared." So Samantha said, "No, are you?" They
So I'm Sarah Argidale.
what?
This is my salad dressing, named
And we
for
pour into the bad
my
part. Then they
experience
went
with
to
being
a
in
part
Russia and
that
being
was
what
never
everyone knows me for.
there before, and there
I
was a
studied
ship
Russian in college,
A
and
pirate
I was
ship
there for about a year
on
teaching
an
English
ocean.
when I finished
Samantha
school,
said,
and
"It'll be the
it was a cool
captain,
thing that
and you
happened
be
in my
the
life.
finest mate."
So
Danielle said, "I am captain,"
a reader
and
of
they
the
went on
Idle
the
Thumbs podcast,
pirate
and
ship,
I guess that's how
started
I
sailing
met
away.
everyone at the Fulbright company and kind of inserted myself into their lives. The Gone Home team, the Fulbright team, was nice enough to put a little token in the game for me, and it's pretty cool.
For a long time, the kitchen was not going to be mid-renovation.
When
You
you
sucked his
put out
dick.
any sort of content about your game online, whether it's screenshots or whether it's gameplay or anything along those lines,
Not a
kind
cassette
of
tape.
you're sort of at the mercy of the internet, and you sort of want to see what people are going to respond to, whether it's positive or negative. Hopefully, it's positive. But we put out the screenshot a while back of the TV room, among other screenshots, and there's lots of wonderful comments, and I was really happy about that.
Pack
But
of
one of the
cards.
comments that I saw a couple of times was people talking about how greasy this pizza box was. Something I hadn't noticed, so I went back and I checked it. It's a very greasy pizza box. Maybe Sam's into deep dish pizza.
Oops.
Who knows? But I'm glad we didn't change it. I'm glad we kept
What?
it just
I
as
knew she was
gross
coming.
as it always was.
I knew she was coming home.
Like it.
Who knew?
The parents.
Who though?
Whoever wrote on this calendar.
Yeah, no shit. They were all expecting her to come. Let's not People love bags of chips. Nothing in this pantry.
So that was probably the hardest one we had to record. It was part of the second.
You know when you're
task
done with the
of
kitchen, we
recording
gotta
the
go back
day.
out into the hallway.
And so I had the script a few days before we did the recording to kind of read through.
Unless
it
you
all
want to
and get a
finish
feel
the
for where
garage
this
here,
one
and
was
then we
going.
can head backwards.
And then we'd met for lunch to go over everything. And
There's
see
a
if I had
door
any
that
questions
goes
before we
in
went
all
into
the
studio.
garage.
And I just right away admitted, like, yep, some part of this script here, like.
Should we
I'm
go in the
totally
garage?
honest.
Yeah.
One of these totally had me crying, like straight up.
First?
Totally couldn't help it.
No.
Figuring like, yeah, I had my cry out. It was good. I'll be
Look.
fine. Get to the recording. It'll be
Read
good.
papers.
You know, get it out of your system.
Yeah, Mr. Greenbean.
And as soon as like I
first
read the
line,
first word, I was
this,
like, no, oh god, I'm gonna start crying again. It's gonna be great. I'm like, hey, I'm a professional voice actress in the studio. I'm gonna totally bawl all over your lines, and it's gonna sound ridiculous and terrible. And we're gonna have to do the take again, and
We
it's gonna
know.
sound even worse because now I'm
Your
crying.
mother and I
So,
will be away for a long weekend
it actually
celebrating
ended up
our
being
anniversary
one take.
June 3rd to the 7th. We'll be
Really
camping in the
it's cathartic
gorge,
in a
but
way
we will
for me,
give
I
you
think,
call
because it's
on the way
it's
home.
really-
Sorry, the kitchen is still mid-renovation.
do I
Never
put it?
trust a contract.
It's really me
$40 is on
talking
the
to-
table to order pizza while we're going. Be good.
like specific people. I knew it was gonna happen again. I knew it. I knew it. It's the stupid writing being so on point, which is a great. I mean,
Crumbled note.
definite praise for
Lonnie, my parents are leaving town,
the
so we
character
have to
build-up at
run
this point because
of the
I just
whole
become so connected
house.
with
So you leave.
her and
Imagine actually spending the night in my room
making
instead of
those-
sneaking up to our
making those
usual spot in
parallels
the attic.
all the way along.
Not that the attic doesn't
and you
have
get to this point where
its
it's like,
musty
I
allure,
know exactly how you
but
feel.
my
Like I know exactly.
bedroom
what
is
you
warmer.
feel.
Sam, we should.
Definitely, the second half was where a lot more of the emotional weight in the character came
Your
out.
parents' bed
That was
while
a
they're
lot
gone.
A lot to handle, but a lot of fun to do.
That'll
too.
show 'em.
I've really
Lonnie,
gotten
you are
to a
gross,
character that
never
actually was
change.
So, I guess emotionally real. And
Name tag.
Oh,
She worked at the
you
Crown
found an
Burger.
Easter egg.
Who found it?
You found it. This is the best. You looked up. No one in a first person game looks up
Because there's no rewards to looking up.
because it's hard to look up.
Also,
of
you weren't
all
allowed to
things.
look up in like
Papers.
Wolfenstein and Doom. I guess it shot higher if there was an enemy higher.
Oh yeah.
If you go get something recyclable from the recycle bin, I made it so that when you throw it way further than a normal thing, and you can knock the basketball
Potting
out of
soil.
the rafters and then carry it to Sam's room, and then when you make a basket, either by just throwing it through or by dunking,
You get a present.
you get a present, which is pictures of our cats showing up on the television.
And cats that we know.
Cats and friends of cats.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
There's not much in there.
and we also
Yeah, there is.
we did a final wrap up, like a pickup.
Go grab a
recyclable.
session with Sarah Grayson, and we
Like
we
out of the
decided
recycle bin?
to re-record a
In the
couple
garage.
of lines because we wanted to go a different direction with them after we had put them in the game, and
Right.
listened to them and everything.
And then
And
go to the doorway.
we had some extra time.
Look
and I was
up.
like, what are we gonna do with this extra
Look
time?
at the
We
garage
didn't know.
railing, at the door
And then we
railing,
were
and there
like,
should be like a purple ball
didn't
that you
wanna
see.
make an Easter
Throw
egg.
whatever you grab at the
What
ball.
if you just reread one of the audio diaries, but instead of words, you said
Purple
meow?
ball. What the
And
fuck?
she
What are you
was
talking?
like,
If you
okay.
say so.
So we
And
went
she
back
was
in
Game
and
as
she was
hell.
a champ
Yeah.
and did it perfectly. And the
Hey, so I have a
Did not
can
my
in my
face.
hand.
no, and
Yeah.
Josh, our audio engineer,
Now
I
go
think, just
stand
had
in the
no idea
doorway
what the hell
and
was
look
going
Yeah.
toward,
on.
look
He was-
towards the
It was good shit.
recycling bin.
and yeah, at the end of the
Okay.
And then
audio
look straight up.
diary, when you make the basket in Sam's room, you can hear from outside the booth us starting to laugh before the audio cuts off.
You see the ball?
Beauty.
Yeah, no, Easter eggs are fun.
Yeah, what did it do,
again,
though?
congratulations
Throw the
for
can at the
looking
ball.
up.
How the fuck did you find that?
Because I looked up. And then you're supposed to take that ball and throw it in the basket that's in that girl's room on the door. I'm gonna go put it in the microwave for now. Or in the
Well,
refrigerator.
how do you know this? How do you know this shit? What are you cheating?
No, I'm not cheating. Obviously, it makes sense that you have to throw the basketball into the basketball hoop on the back of the damn door. It's the only one we've seen.
I can't even get it down. Never mind.
You just gotta aim it at it. Otherwise, just leave it there. We'll come back for it. Doesn't have to be
Yeah, I
perfect.
keep
Just,
missing it.
well, you miss everything. Alright, ready to keep...
Yeah, I'll just leave that ball there.
Alright.
I never looked at these. Read note. There's a note on the Sam's work schedule.
Yeah, I know, I read that.
Open fridge. Freezer. Alright, where do you want me to go?
Go out and then to the right. We gotta go down this hallway. There's a loose panel on the left. Do you see it?
With a crumbled paper?
Yeah.
Booted out Girl Scout last show.
Stupid.
Lonnie had her going away show with her band tonight. She's so incredible on stage. When she was singing, I could practically forget everything. That we only had 48 hours left. That I don't know what comes next. That I can't live without her. Then she dedicated the last song to me. And I couldn't take it. I was out on the curb in the alley, sobbing till my ribs hurt. I would follow her anywhere, Katie. But I can't. Where she's going. After a long time, she found me. She said she was sorry. She said, I wish things could be different. I just wanted to make you happy. I said, I don't think you can anymore.
Damn, this shit's deep.
And there's a letter from, whatever her name is, Katie.
I think we're getting close because now she's talking about postcards about coming home and shit. Okay, now we're in the bathroom.
I don't see shit in the bathroom. Oh, there's another door. Nothing in it.
I'd already played through the
Alright,
first full half of Gone
bathroom.
Home before I started composing any music, which was really
How about
important to
door,
understand
yeah.
how the game felt and played and looked. But I didn't get a build of the complete game until I'd already been delivered
Laundry
the Part
room.
2 audio logs, and then ended up not playing any of the second half of the game until it was fully complete and
Really early on, I had just I thought it would be like
You in the
something
laundry
that I
room?
thought would be
Yeah, in the dryer there's a
about
note.
Gone Home would just be finding notes and scraps in unexpected places and being able to like, you know, zoom in really far and find something that's tucked away in someone's pocket or whatever. And yeah, finding a note that was in someone's pocket that had gone through the dryer, I thought would just be a cool image.
I wish I knew how to explain it better.
So we
the
were
army
going to do
is
this, and
thing
we
I grew up
ended
with.
up
Part of me, my
making
dad's
it
army
this specific note
friends are
from
like family.
Lonnie to Sam, which it wasn't this for a long time.
Yeah, we had a few different go-rounds.
It was the one that's in the garbage can in the garage was here for a long
the
time.
door.
This one didn't exist, and there was no note in the garbage
Greenhouse.
can. In the garage. But yeah, I think that this note, this is I think the last note that went into. We didn't really give Kate very specific direction for this. She gave us some
Sam and Matt.
some reference for us to approve and everything, but when we put
shit.
it into the game,
What?
There's a secret door under the
this
stairs.
fucking jazz mug.
Nobody wants to talk about the jazz mug.
Well,
it's
except
the
for
worst.
Carla.
I hate it. It's the worst.
that
Where
was such
we'll
a
do
common
it.
theme
Under stairs.
when we were like approving
secret
assets
door
or making stuff
in the
visually
foyer.
for Gone Home is just like, oh my god, that's
Oh,
hideous. I
Midnight
fucking hate
June-
it. We're putting
Midnight
it in the game.
June 5th.
Yeah, 'cause
Final
just like
preparations are
awful
complete.
90s furniture and like the
we see it in a secondhand store or like
or you
just
see
on
it
the
in the
internet.
Sears catalog
like,
we
yeah,
bought,
it's
and it's just
true.
like there's
We
so
just
many
feel like,
fucking
ugh,
ruffles on it. I want
ugh.
to puke. Like the wicker furniture in
Yeah.
Mom and Dad's room. It's
Right.
like that's fucking hideous.
We need it.
We'll do it. Secret door under stairs. Midnight, June 5th, final preparation.
We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever. And we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time
Paige.
seeing Oscar off. Then ran up to the attic to look through our photos. To find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past. And there wouldn't
Dear
be
Kaz, I
anymore.
can tell you.
I didn't know what I was going to do. And I cried. And she held me. She said she knew it was hard, but life would move on. I said I didn't want my life to keep moving without her.
You back in the foyer?
That's when she cried
Couples counseling retreat in the beauty of
too. I
Columbia.
was so exhausted. I must
Yeah, that's
have
where they were
fallen
going on
asleep
their
by then,
anniversary.
in her arms.
Accidental
In the
human.
morning, I woke up
Other transcript.
and I was finally alone.
So we should go to those stairs.
Yeah. Let me know when you get there.
Where exactly is it though?
In the foyer.
Greenhouse. Did you already find it?
Yeah, I'm right here. Are you back there yet? Wasn't that far. Should be there already.
Under the stairs. Open
Yeah.
panel. Oh God, help me.
Oh, this is creepy now.
Oh my God, what is this?
Possession and exorcism.
Ugh. A key. Attic key.
Oscar. Oh, they were trying to bring Oscar back.
The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait.
The fact that there's speed
gotta
runs
go to
for
the
a game
attic.
makes me really happy, and the fact that that the any percent speed run, aka
Attic
you don't have to
time.
pick up anything, just get to the end as fast as possible, has basically been optimized to I think 47 or 48 seconds. Even just watching that speedrun is really fun because you see the player optimize.
Should we go to the attic?
For instance,
Yeah,
the fastest speedruns, they don't turn on any lights because it would take a fraction of a second to turn towards the light switch and turn it on and then turn back to the direction they wanted to go. And, they just kind of, like, strafe past things and don't even change direction to move through the house. And then, the 100% Diaries speedrun is even more interesting because players use that secret knowledge to play the game totally out of order based on a strategy for, okay, what's the most efficient way to go to these 24 points in the game?
Like spatially, so it's like this visit. It's the salesman problem or something, where it has to go to all these different points.
I'm there when you are.
It's cool.
Yeah, and so seeing someone think
right,
about the house in a totally different
way,
in a strategic way that is about this player created challenge that says, okay,
chill out, kid.
Into the basement first, then back out and into the east wing, then don't even go into the west wing until after, and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. You want to talk about a place for Christmas Duck?
This is where Christmas Duck goes.
Oh, it's Christmas Duck's little house.
It's his little house. That's where he goes. He goes into it.
There was something that I always assumed would happen. I know that some people did do it because we got tweets, like
Sam and
drawing or whatever.
Sam, I'll always remember what we had.
Right.
Stay strong, kick ass. I love you long.
Kind of based on the gnome in Half-Life 2, Episode 2, or whatever, and just a general, I think, instinct to take the first kind of personified thing that you encounter and
drag it around a house with
you. Like try to take it to the end of take it all the way there with you or whatever. I knew that some people were going to take Christmas Duck all the way from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, and that we needed to pay that off somehow. I used the putback system that in almost all cases is just used to, okay, you pick up a Kleenex box and now you can put it back where you got it. But in reality, I can put one of those putback triggers anywhere in the game that I want. So there's one putback trigger for Christmas Duck where you initially pick him up, and then I put another putback trigger for Christmas Duck here. But yeah, if you bring Christmas Duck up here, you get Katie's
Oh my god. Katie, I fell asleep in the attic in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls.
Shitload of pitches.
I just barely caught the third one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything
Read
but
letters
me
to Katie.
and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the army and being a part and all of it.
What is
And
this?
so she got off the bus in Salem. She said, "Sam, I want you to pack up everything you can and get in your car and come find me. And let's just drive until we find somewhere for us."
We know where Sam went.
And she asked me if I could do that. And I said yes. Yes.
We know where Sam went. We know who's on the answering machines.
I think this is one
We already
where
knew that.
I love the
It's one of those things where
Yeah, but Lonnie bailed on the army.
It's one of those things where we had always wanted to.
And Sam went
That's
to,
the end of the
find
game?
it.
We had wanted to pay off.
I don't know. I'm just.
Sam's
You missed
dark
the
room
on
where
the
you go in
the
it and see photos
the
that
letter
she
on
had
the
taken.
sleeping bag. It
And
triggers an audio.
I'm at the end of the game.
This
I beat
started
it.
from the point of me just being like, "Oh, we'll end the game the same way we ended Minerva's Den. It'll be fine." But
Where the fuck the family go?
Between those two things, we initially figured we were signing up for
I'm already at the end credits, kid.
photos that would have taken a lot. So this is the last room in the game, or at least the last room chronologically in the story.
You made it.
You did it!
Katie, I'm so sorry that I can't be there to see you in person. That I can't tell you all this myself. But I hope as you read this journal,
So where I still don't even know what happened.
you'll
Yeah, I don't
understand
either.
why I had to do what I did.
There's still
You
things we're
won't be
missing.
sad, and you won't hate me. And you'll just know that
It don't make
I
sense
am
to
where I
me.
need to be.
Nope.
I love you so much, Katie. I'll see you again. Someday. Love, Sam.
That was kind of
Maybe
stupid.
we got ahead of it.
I don't know, but that was kind of stupid. I got a trophy.
Yeah, but it doesn't explain what happened.
No, I know, it's weird.
So maybe we're missing shit.
I don't know. That's a wrap, folks. This game sucked it.